age probably at more than an hour, but less than 3 would be my guess. Antelope in general are very precocious. They jump right up on their feet. There's no time when you're an antelope to be an infant. Because as you can see, Mom doesn't have opposable thumbs. It means she can't carry you with her. Most antelope are standing, usually within their first about half an hour of life. And they'll usually be running by about maybe 4 to 5 hours old, depending on the species. I mean, some are even faster than that. Roan antelope are a little bit on the slower side. Wildebeest, for example, we saw that the male wildebeest kind of chasing the buffalo around. Their babies will be standing as little as 5 minutes. Oh, looks like he's going to treat us to some nursing. This is too adorable. You know, I could just stay here all day. We are going to have to get going in a second, though, so just to warn you, make sure you finish up your picture taken. Oh, that is too precious. Yeah, a lot of times I start off my tour kind of saying, you know, that we have a baby born about every day, which of course is statistics. You know, it's not literally a baby born every day, but it is still nice to, you know, see when that comes true. So give ourselves all a pat on the back, I suppose, and good luck for us. This was a wonderful tour, and we're not even done yet. We still got about another 8 minutes. Does look like there's not quite as much stuff going on right now over to our left-hand side, so I'm going to cruise on up around these next couple corners, see if we can find some more animals. In the meantime, though, make sure you do enjoy the plants just a little bit. The park actually is a botanical garden, as well as a zoological garden. And this one often takes people by surprise. We're also a nature preserve. Half of our property here in the San Pasqual Valley, about 900 acres, is set aside for Southern California. You can see it on the hills all around us right now, for example. That Southern Californian coastal sage scrub is one of the most endangered habitats in all of North America. About 90% of it has been destroyed. That's why we are so glad to have it here at the park. Working in conservation in our own backyards is just as important as out in Africa. There's the wildebeest again. I was just mentioning them over the left-hand side. I was talking about how their babies have to get up real fast after they're born. That's because wildebeest babies are born in the middle of a migration, as 10,000 animals travel across hundreds of miles. And the whole herd of wildebeest will not stop just because somebody had a baby. So if the baby wants to stay with the herd, it has to keep up. Oh, here we go. Look over to the right. There's a wonderful view of both adults and calves. These are scimitar horned oryx. White in color with a brown neck and long backward sweeping horns. They are a desert species from northern Africa. The Sahara Desert, to be exact. Very well adapted to their desert lifestyle. Unfortunately, as it turns out, less well adapted to hunters. They were hunted nearly to extinction in the 1960s and 70s, but have been recovering fairly nicely since then. In no small part because of breeding efforts around the world, including here at the park, where we've had almost 600 of their babies born. And I always make sure to tell people that is in fact a world record. We hold world records in breeding for about 20 different species of animals. Oh, but I was going to tell you more about rhino horn, wasn't I? Had mentioned it earlier. As you might know, rhino horn is what poachers go after. They shoot the rhinos, they cut off the horns, and then they sell it legally. The trade is against international law, but unfortunately that doesn't stop it. The reason they're going after rhino horn is because of mistaken belief that it is in fact a medicine. It's said to have all sorts of wondrous effects. The latest one, most recent, is that apparently it cures cancer. But as you might be able to guess, that's nonsense. As I was telling you earlier, mule deer, by the way, off to our right-hand side there. But as I was telling you about earlier, rhino horn is just basically like our fingernails or our hair. That's all it is. There's nothing special or magical about it. You actually have a better chance of curing cancer by going to a barber shop and licking the floor than you do by taking powdered rhino horn. So that's just, I always make sure to tell people that. Spread the word, tell your friends. Maybe we can reduce the trade in rhino horn. Those are Impala, by the way, over the right-hand side. Little brown fellers on the hill. Impala are ridiculous jumpers. They can have a long jump of about 30 feet. And they'll use great bounding leaps to escape predators, kicking out their back legs, trying to distract the predator with a flurry of movement. Much different anti-predator strategy than rhinos, of course, over to the right-hand side. That's that rhino herd we saw earlier. Looks like everyone's jumped up and is mowing the lawn for us.
Oh yeah, right behind the trees. Pull up some.
Rhino's anti-predator strategy is really quite simple.
Sit on it.
It's based around the fact that they weigh about as much as 10 lions put together. And if a lion tries to attack them, they step on it. Which, as you can imagine, is very effective in its simplicity. Unfortunately, though, we've used up just about all of our time, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of final views over to the right-hand side as we cruise back in. A couple more giraffes. Just please remember, the giraffes out here, the rhinos, the records and baby births, that brand new baby antelope we just saw. All of that is possible thanks to you. We're a not-for-profit organization. It is the money you spent getting in the front gate, buying a hot dog, getting on here and putting up with me for half an hour. That's the money that goes back to our animals and back towards our work around the world. But frankly, we couldn't do it without you. Definitely have my thanks as well as that of my coworkers and all of our beautiful animals. Unfortunately, I do have to drop you off. We're pulling into the station now. When I come to a full, complete stop, we're going to exit on the right-hand side of the tram only. That's the side towards the station, not towards the road. Thank you so much once again for riding. My name is Ian. I'll be up at the cab by the exit gates in case you have any questions you'd like to ask. You can open your doors on the right-hand side now by reaching over and popping the handle.